Hello and welcome to another episode of New Makeup Releases, where we talk about all of the new things that are launching, that have been sneak peeked and or released in the past week. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts as well. I'm going to link everything I can down below in the description box, including links to any of the products, pricing information, release date information, the Instagram accounts I pull from. It's all going to be down in the description box, and everything that is on my face will be in a pinned comment. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Rachel. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for coming back. I'm just going to give you my opinions. We don't have to agree. It's totally okay. That's why there is so much makeup out there, because I feel like there's something for everyone. But at the same time, we don't have to like everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. I'm gonna be honest with you, there's not a ton of super exciting things this week to talk about, at least in my opinion. But I'm gonna kick it off with something I thought that was kind of funny and interesting. And I meant to mention this last week because it did get released, or at least shown quite a while ago. And as far as I know, it is currently available. This is White Claw and Nails Inc. have collabed. And I feel like Nails Inc. has done some weird collabs in the past, but I think this is kind of funny. And I'm a White Claw fan. I love White Claws. I've been drinking them for years. They're my favorite little summer drink to have, just sipping on, you know? They've matched the nail polishes to 4 of the flavors. And I think the thing that's the coolest thing about this is they're including the Claw Saver, which is a keychain that you can obviously put on your keys. It's a keychain, duh. That if you have long nails, it helps you to open your can. I think that is genius. Has anybody ever seen something like this before? Because I have not. I have not seen something like this before, and I would love to have something like this on my keys, because I feel like I would get a lot of use out of it. There are also White Claw nail stickers. That's taking it a little too far, but I guess if you are a huge White Claw fan, you would enjoy them. But I thought this was funny and kind of a collaboration that actually makes sense at the end of the day. And I love the addition of the Claw Saver keychain. As far as I know, this is currently available. I will link it down below. The colors are quite summery, but I mean, you can wear whatever colors on your face, on your nails, on your clothes, any time of year. I mean, it's completely up to you, but I thought this was very, very funny and actually kind of good. Juvia's Place has launched a new collection, and actually this pretty much got launched right after I posted my last week's new makeup releases. So this is the new limited edition Afrogalactic collection. It includes an eyeshadow palette as well as duochrome glitter liners. Just looking at this post from Juvia's Place, I don't really have any information about pricing or where it's available. I do know that it is available, and I would obviously assume that it's available on their website, but I don't know if it's coming to Ulta. So of course I will link it down below wherever I can find it. I think this is cool. I don't personally need this. I've not been super drawn to any of Juvia's Place's eyeshadow palettes lately. I used to be obsessed with their formula years and years and years ago. I used to love their eyeshadow palettes. They were so affordable and so incredibly good. I haven't tried an eyeshadow palette from them in quite a while, so I'm not sure if their formulas have changed. You'll have to let me know if you've tried any palettes lately versus back in the day when they first were releasing palettes. I think this is pretty. It's very rainbow-ish, but it also has some grungier tones in there. I think it's cool, and I like the addition of glitter liners. I'm not really a glitter liner person. I wouldn't really get a lot of use out of those, and I do have the Unearthly multi-chrome liners that I got sent a handful of months ago, so I think I have enough colors that I'm good for a while. But let me know if you picked this up. Let me know if you're interested in it. I just wanted to mention it for sure. Makeup by Mario's, okay, is this their holiday release or it's just a random release? So they are bringing back their holiday release from last year, which is the Ethereal Eyes eyeshadow palette. I was very, very close to purchasing this last year, and I ended up skipping on it. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm glad I did. It's not something I'm desperately needing in my collection, and I'm much more of an indie eyeshadow person in general, although Makeup by Mario technically is an indie brand, I think, right? It's a beautiful neutral palette, and I've heard mixed reviews on it. I've heard people that absolutely love it. I've heard of people that think it's just okay, especially for the price, because it is quite pricey, but it was limited edition. It did sell out. It was gone, and they are bringing it back. It is $68, so it is quite pricey, but I thought it was a choice for this to be your holiday release, just relaunching what you did last year, unless they're gonna come out with something else for holiday. But if you were interested in it and you skipped out on it, you have the ability to pick it up again if you want to. I'm gonna skip on it. I just don't really feel like I need this in my collection, although it is really beautiful and I do love neutrals. I don't really feel the need to pick this up, but let me know if you have it and you love it, or if you are gonna pick it up. It is available now. It says at Makeup by Mario's website, so I will try to link it wherever I can. If it's at Sephora, I will link it there too. So we have 2 more spooky releases from Glamlite coming in these next, I would guess, month or so. Giselle, a long time ago, she did let us know about the Scream or the Ghostface collection, and she did say that there were 2 more other spooky launches coming in the fall, and so they have told us exactly which ones they are: A Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th. I'm absolutely going to pick up both of these. Again, I'm waiting to see like what is in the collection for me to decide what I'm going to pick up. I highly doubt I'm going to pick up the entire collection of both collections. A, because Glamlite takes a very, very long time to arrive most of the time. So by the time I receive the products, doing a dedicated video would kind of be obsolete. But I definitely am interested to see for sure the eyeshadow palettes, and then whatever other, like maybe I'll pick up a couple of items depending on the shades. Very excited for more spooky launches. I love horror movies. I'm all about the spooky launches. Love, love, love. Let me know if you are excited as well. It is a lot. Like, it is quite a lot being released at once, but I do feel like it's kind of fair because she did talk about this months ago and kind of prepared us to say there are going to be a lot of fall launches. Stay tuned. And I think with the forewarning, you could kind of either budget if that was something you wanted to do, or you could kind of wait to see what you wanted to pick and choose. Now, with that being said, I did talk about the Ghostface collab last week that I had a hard time getting on the website, getting the highlighter, and I was afraid that everything was going to sell out. But actually, the next day, everything was still available apart from the PR box. So I really am glad that they are really heavily stocking everything so that if you wanted to wait and think about it or whatever, you didn't have to like rush online. Well, I did. We did. But hopefully with these other 2 launches, they are stocking it quite heavily so that it doesn't sell out immediately. I'm really hoping so that you can kind of decide what you want to do. All that to say, I'm very excited to see what's coming. I don't see, Friday the 13th is releasing on Friday the 13th of October, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, as far as I can see here, I don't know what the release date is on that. But I will keep you posted, and I'm excited to see the reveals. Something I'm super excited about, as always, is Nomad Cosmetics. They are going to be releasing a new collection. It says ready for boarding and for our guessing game. So they do like a guessing game where they start to hint at whatever the destination is going to be. And this time they are doing like a gifted guessing game. So if you guess correctly, they'll randomly select 7 of the answers and gift them the new collection, which is great. The collection reveal will be on Friday, October 13th. So by the time I film this next episode, it's possible. I usually like to film these in the morning, like Friday morning. Well, I'll probably just pop a picture up anyway. All that to say, I'm excited. I am getting this in PR apparently, so as soon as I get it in my hands, I will create a video and get it out as soon as I can. The launch date is Tuesday, October 17th. All we have is a picture of a plane, and like their original post said, "Welcome back to the golden age of flying." And the plane looks very reminiscent of like TWA, like old school flying. So I'm interested. Oh, and this picture just popped up, but it looks like there's 2 almost like jars and a bottle. Pan Am, not TWA, Pan Am. Thank you, Karen Harris, your comment. Pan Am, not TWA. Okay, we're gonna find out soon. I'm excited, are you? Here's a pretty big deal of a launch that everybody is losing their mind over except for me. I'm not gonna buy it. This is the new Natasha Denona Triochrome Mini, and she's also releasing the Baby Bronze. I'm not interested in either of these, which is crazy because I love Natasha Denona and I love Natasha Denona minis, but I do not like blue eyeshadow. I mean, I am wearing blue today, but I have enough blue eyeshadow in my collection that I don't feel like I need an all blue palette. right? If that makes sense. And even though there is a Triochrome in here, and I did see the swatches, she did do swatches on her Instagram. They look pretty, but like that Triochrome shade doesn't look like anything that I really like desperately need for my collection. And I know I would not really get use out of this mini palette apart from like reviewing it. And I'm sure there's gonna be so many content creators reviewing it. So I don't need to do it. I don't need to spend the money on it. It's just not something that I'm ever going to use. The baby bronze is cute. I already have the mini bronze. I have the midi bronze, so I don't need this. But if you like just a very neutral look, this is a cute little palette that you could just literally throw into your purse, into your makeup bag. Could be a cute little companion palette. I really enjoy the bronze palettes from Natasha Denona, but I'm not going to buy either of these. The Triochrome mini is $27, which I think is great. That's the normal price of her minis, so she's not bumping the price up while adding a special shade. And the baby bronze is $19. These are available on her website. I don't personally have a discount code with Natasha Denona, but I have seen quite a few content creators out there who have gotten Natasha Denona codes. So kind of check out some other content creators on here and see if you would like to buy it from her website. You can get 15% off, I believe, but they are available now, so I will link them down below. Something else I'm not interested in is this new Danessa Myricks Lightwork 5 Eye and Palette for eyes and face. This is an entire palette full of special shades, and I just don't really reach for all shimmer palettes. It's just not something I'm really gonna do. I really prefer a palette that has both mattes and shimmers, or even all mattes. I'm happier with that than all shimmers. But this does look really pretty. It says an eye and face palette with 18 shades and 6 brilliant finishes and easy to use color shifting combinations inspired by I am affirmations. It's $125. Okay. It is available on October 6th for app early access and October 7th for everyone. Yeah, for me to spend $125 on a palette, I have to like absolutely love it. And I can appreciate how gorgeous like the swatches are. They do look beautiful, but not something that I'm really interested in. It's cool that there is something sold at Sephora where there are very special shades and pretty shades, but it's just not something that's for me. And so if it's for you, then that's cool. I'm excited for you. You'll have to let me know what your feelings are on this, but I'm going to skip out on this one. Speaking of special shades, we have an indie release of special shades. This is Cleona. Are you ready for spooky season? We've brewed up something special. So there are 2 palettes and a All Hallows Eve nail lacquer set. These look beautiful. Like these look absolutely beautiful. But again, I'm not gonna really reach for a palette of all shimmers. There are 2 multi-chrome bundles in a palette. The first one is the Trick or Treat. These swatches look beautiful. There are more of a mixture of like warmer shades. There's a pop of like a blue purple. And then there is the Extraterrestrial palette. And this one is definitely much more grungy leaning. Very, very beautiful. And then the nail polishes are really cool. I've never tried Cleona in general, but I've also never tried their polishes. Let me know your experience with Cleona in just in general. I know they are well loved in the indie singles community. I'm just not a singles girl. I've never really had singles, so I'm not really drawn to this launch, but I can appreciate how absolutely beautiful it is. It is launching on October 6th, which has already happened. It's the day that I'm filming this. I will link it down below if you want to check it out. Let's talk about this new collection from Sigma. This is the Beauty and the Beast collection. So they obviously have some sort of contract with Disney, right? Because they've released a couple other Disney inspired palettes. I think the packaging on this one looks absolutely beautiful, with the roses, like the stained glass roses with the navy blue packaging. Even the makeup bag with that like sparkly blue looks so beautiful. Let's talk about everything that's here. We have a cheek palette for $39, which if I zoom in, it's kind of hard to tell if it's 2 blushes and a highlighter. I kind of feel like that's what it is. Beauty and the Beast eyeshadow palette for $59, and honestly, I think this palette is beautiful. The mini eyeshadow palette for $32. I really love the mini eyeshadow palettes from Sigma. I do have the mini Nomad mini. And I love it. I think it's like so slim and compact. plenty of shades for me, $32. The brush set is $89. It looks like it comes with 5 brushes total. And then the mini lip set for $29, which looks like it has 3 lip products. The palette is pretty darn neutral. Obviously, as you can tell, there are a couple of slight pops of color, but I love a neutral palette, and I think this is really beautiful. I think it's so beautiful. Now, with that being said, I'm not like a diehard Beauty and the Beast fan. I'm not a diehard Disney fan, so I don't really care if it's like super in line with the theme, because I'm not really attached to the theme necessarily. Will I pick it up? Maybe. Maybe. My heart is telling me yes, my head and my bank account is telling me no. You'll have to let me know what you think about it. I'm especially drawn to the large eyeshadow palette the most, I think, of everything. We'll see. We have the Twisted Tea Party palette from Ensley Rain Cosmetics launching on October 13th. I've seen so many content creators receiving their palettes lately. Like, they've been really blowing up on social media. I think it's great that they're sending out PR, because I feel like that's really made them get out there. And their stuff looks beautiful, like so beautiful. I don't know that this is the palette for me. I actually prefer their palette that they just released. I can't recall the name of it, but it is a little more like grungier. So the palette is 9 multi-chromes with various textures and finishes and 7 mattes. I love the packaging with like the Alice in Wonderland inspired artwork with the cat. I love cats, so I love the cat packaging. Tell me what you think about this. Every time I mention Ensley Rain on the channel, I do get comments saying how much you love their stuff, so I'm not doubting that this is gonna be beautiful in person, but even the picture looks gorgeous. The last thing I wanna talk about is the Sephora sale is coming up. They have released actual dates of the sale. So the sale starts on October 27th. Sephora collection is 30% off for the entirety of the sale, which is typical, right? That's what they do. And then Rouge, you get 20% off from October 27th till November 6th. VIB, 15% off from October 31st till November 6th. And Insiders get 10% off from October 31st to November 6th. The code is time to save, all in caps. I don't know if this is like a one-time code or if you can use it over and over again. I feel like sometimes they switch it, but I'm not gonna go crazy on the sale. I don't feel like I need to do like a big haul, but there are definitely a couple of things from Sephora that I want to pick up. And the thing with me is I always prefer, if I'm going to be honest with you, I always prefer shopping at Ulta versus Sephora. But there are some products that are sold at Sephora and not at Ulta. And that's when I use that 20% off, because I am Rouge. I use my 20% off for those products that I can't get at Ulta, because Ulta is always doing sales. I can get 20% off at Ulta all the time. I can get coupons at Ulta all the time. So I feel like I wait to repurchase Sephora items on the sale. So I will have maybe a few items. It's also my birthday month, so I want to get my birthday gift and all that. So those are my thoughts on the sale. Let me know your thoughts on the sale. Are you going to pick anything up? And if you are, what are you planning to pick up? I would love to know. All right, and that is it for this new makeup releases. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me a comment down below, as always, letting me know your thoughts on these new makeup releases or anything I didn't mention, because if you are new here, I don't talk about every single new makeup release every week, because a lot of them I don't have any sort of comment on. I don't really have an opinion on them. So I only kind of highlight and curate this down to things that I am either interested in or I think are noteworthy. But I always want to hear from you down in the comments. If there's anything I missed that you are excited about, please let me know, because I love hearing from you. And if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. That helps me out a lot when you do that. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing before you leave. I do upload videos weekly, and I'd love to see you back on my channel again. I want to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.